What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Mav Attack. Now, if you were not paying attention to the video you just clicked on, this is the EA Sports UFC 2014 review. Now, EA Sports UFC is the first sports game I bought in many years. I'm not a sports guy anymore, but this game caught my attention when it was announced by EA. There's nothing more satisfying than punching your opponents right in the mouth. Well, there's one thing that's more satisfying, and that's laughing in their ears while you punch them in the mouth online. UFC is a pretty awesome fighting game and stays true to the MMA format in the octagon, but that's not to say that there aren't a few issues along the way. Also, I played this game non-stop since its release on June 17th, so with that being said, let's fucking start.
Story.
There isn't really a story to this game, but I will be covering the championship mode where you create a character and participate in the TV show The Ultimate Fighter to earn yourself a spot to compete in the UFC. You train, learn the game's mechanics, and fight through the ranks until you're finally able to call yourself a UFC fighter. It doesn't end here though, as you have to compete against the biggest, toughest UFC fighters, earn skill points, and learn new moves to become the all-time champion. There are some cool videos that play throughout your journey which make you feel like you're a part of the MMA world. That's about it for the story. Aside from this rise to fame type mode, there isn't much else in the story department.
Gameplay.
The gameplay of EA UFC is difficult to learn at first, but the more you play and learn, the easier it is to pick up on. I'll talk more about the difficulty and the overall, but it's tough and rewarding at the same time. I own UFC on the PS4, so for basic punches and kicks you use triangle, circle, X, and square. You move with the left analog stick, and the right analog stick is used to clinch and move around in clinch and on the ground. R2 is used for blocking, which is only effective if used right before a strike versus holding it down, which uses stamina. R1, L1, and L2 are all used as modifiers for attacks, as well as moving the left analog stick in a different direction. It sounds complex at first, but through the game's various training modes, you'll pick up on it quick. The ground game can be hectic when it comes to submissions. Blocking or avoiding your opponent can be hard, as you must move the left analog stick in a direction to either break a submission or advance to either choking or making your opponent tap out. Once you get the hang of all of this, it turns into a really fun and competitive experience. The game modes included in the game are Quick Fight, so you can just hop in the game, the Career Mode, Challenge Mode where you participate in challenges to improve your skills in specific areas, and Online Mode, which you can either play in unranked random matches with other players, Rivalries Mode that keeps track of each of your friends and tracks your fights and standings, and Online Tournament Mode, which has you moving up the ranks against other players to be the best fighter. There's also FighterNet that shows the hottest highlights from other fighters' games, your games, and also tracks stats of you, your friends, and people around the world. There's a bit to do here, and the tournaments make it so you want to train and learn everything there is to know about UFC. Also, the character lineup is a little small, but includes every weight division, even females, and odds are you'll find your favorite MMA fighters in the roster to play with.
Things I liked.
The satisfaction of landing a critical blow is so fucking entertaining. I love playing online and actually fighting real people. The rivalry mode was really enjoyable, as my friend Quay and I played countless games back and forth, and he kicked my fucking ass for the most part. I like the controls, and once I got the time to practice and perfect my moves, it felt even better to fight people. The graphics also. The details from the tattoos to the neck rolls had me like, damn, them neck rolls.
Things I disliked.
Losing. Nah, there really isn't much I disliked about the game. The fighting is a tad bit slow and you run out of stamina relatively quick, but that all adds to the strategy of the fight. The roster is a little small. I'd like to have seen some sort of famous fight mode or different modes to switch up the gameplay a tiny bit, but that's minor. Fighters' moves are pretty much the same for every weight class, and the fighting styles are too similar in moves and execution. Creative characters are severely limited and ugly as shit, but when are they not? Bruce Lee being in the game is sort of weird, but it's cool. Like I said, there's not really much here that I really disliked. Overall, EA Sports UFC is a fun MMA fighting game that throws you in the octagon with your favorite UFC fighters. The controls are tough to learn at first and will have you wildly press some buttons like a jackass until you take the time to learn the different techniques and moves. The gameplay is slower paced than previous UFC entries, but the game as a whole is a fun, competitive, and brutal experience. Side note, I had to see what people were saying about this game after I got it, and a lot of people were complaining about the game, saying it's slow, the characters are sluggish, the stamina is stupid, there aren't any game modes, the controls are too hard to learn. And to those people I say, this isn't a beat 'em up mashing buttons type of game. I don't understand why people play the game for 1 hour and trash talk a game when they didn't even take the time to learn how to effectively play it. I enjoy every minute I play, and I feel like this is a great first UFC game from EA, and there's always room for improvement. Sure, when EA bought the license from THQ had the chance to make 3 other UFC games. It's going to be different, and EA will learn what worked and what didn't. I just want to tell you guys that if you choose to read people's reviews and opinions on the game, ask them how much time they invested into playing the actual game. I feel like a ton of these people played less than 2 hours and gave up because it was too hard. If they can give you legitimate reasons why they disliked it and put in the time to back it up, by all means, value their opinion. But if you're an MMA fan, then definitely cop this game. If you're a casual gamer, maybe try renting, borrowing, or even try the demo to this game to see if you enjoy it. Putting in the time to learn every move and button combo isn't for everyone, but overall, I personally like the game. It's fun, complex, and competitive, and you just get to fuck people up. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, please be sure to do so. Leave a comment. Let me know how you felt. Let me know if this video was helpful. Share this video with your gamer buddies and all your MMA dudes. But I'm about to go get back on the game because this dude Quay just got my ass again, and I can't let this shit happen anymore. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode of Mav Tech. Motherfucker.